I think it's tough to describe it succinctly, for sure. But I think this record for us feels like it uses a lot of the different components that we've figured out along the way with the first 4 records, and there's an energy to it, an expression to it, and a feeling to it that kind of harkens back even to like the Hybrid Theory days. And we've talked a lot about it internally, and I think in the process of working on this record for the first time in a long time, we didn't feel like we needed to be steering away from anything. And what I mean by that is when something would come into the studio as an idea, if it sounded like something that was potentially, from our earlier days, or if it sounded like something that was out of left field or anything like that, there wasn't any component of these different musical sounds that were an automatic turnoff for us. It was just a really clear, open process. I think that what came out of that was we continued to push in a new direction off of where we had come, working with different sounds and experimenting on 1,000 Suns, but at the same time, there's a re-infusion of the energy that was there on maybe like Hybrid Theory or even Meteora that we had kind of steered away from for the last few records.
Well, I mean, clearly, anybody that knows us we're, private about personal stuff. But the songs, I think the songs have always come from a very personal place. They're very, even on 1,000 Suns, which was a more had a broader scope. Things like, nuclear danger and the world being, like hurting itself. Those being themes on that record. But even then, those, that stuff was coming from a natural place. It was coming from an honest place that we were just singing about whatever, and that stuff kept popping out, and that's what made the record. The record just moved in that direction because we were kind of just thinking about that. And on this record, it was the things that just kept popping up were more of these just like. The songs just tended to be like me and you. You know what I mean? It was always like me and you. And I think that was something that it just felt good, I mean, me and you, like a relationship kind of song. It doesn't have to be about like a boy-girl kind of relationship. Like, in fact, Chester and I both write the lyrics together on a lot of this stuff. So his personal experience is different from mine, and we're probably, in most cases, singing about something completely different. He's talking about one person or one thing, and I'm talking about something else. And then we just make sure that the song, when you read it back, that he reads it and goes, yeah, that's true to me, and I read it and go, yeah, that's true to me too, even though it's different. Yeah, the record is really like, I think it's built upon all of the experiences from them since the beginning of the band. It's like at a certain point we were, as Dave was saying, like somewhat scared to tread on any territory that we had already treaded on. Like if it felt too familiar, we felt like we were being lazy. And with this record, it felt fresher. We'd hear a sound that was like, oh, we haven't played anything like that in a long time. We haven't written anything like that in a long time. And it wasn't like, let's avoid it. It was more like, it's been a while. Like, let's try that out. Let's try out that demo and work on that song and see if it gets anywhere. And sometimes they would, hit a dead end and go away. And sometimes they would adapt and turn into something that we thought was, fresh. And usually I'd say too that the places they ended up, these songs ended up in places that we liked because they were mixed with other things. It wasn't just a straight up like that's like an old Linkin Park song. It's more like it's mixed with things from that we've learned since then. It's mixed with things that we've never done before. Even elements of like classic Americana and like folk work their way into a couple of these songs. And when you start pushing all that stuff together with electronic sounds and all this energy and these, the ideas that the songs are about and everything, it just felt really, it felt fresh for us.